Press. All right, guys, welcome back to Madridocs episode 2. I am hosting Pinakin tonight as our hosts, both of us, back to talk about Madrid, the club we all love and which we want to hear about. Pinakin, take it away.
Yeah, we know it has been long since we recorded our last episode, but I guess that has been due to our work schedule. So we
Yeah.
apologize for that. But tonight we'll be discussing about what, how was the how was our first preseason game against Barcelona,
Yep.
and what are the good moves and what are some surprises that Carlo brought to the team when he first announced the playing 11 against Barcelona.
Yep.
So Alap, take it away.
All right. So as you discussed, first of all, we'll talk about the El Clasico or the friendly El Clasico, if such a thing exists, right?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. So it was a good game for at least just getting players back to fitness. But I don't think it should be the first game of the preseason. Anyways, we were not mentally or physically ready. I felt the team obviously still lacks players. From the first episode, we discussed that we needed a striker as a backup to Benzema. Which according to reports, even Mayoral will be sold to Getafe. So if that's the case, then it's going to be, very difficult to survive without it. And then we had Carlo using Hazard as a false nine in the first half at least. So you watched the game better than me because I was a bit stuck in the beginning period of the game. So I think you should discuss more about it, and then I'll.
Look, some Madrid players looked rusty, which was bound to happen given that it was the first game of the preseason, that was against Barcelona, who had already played 2 games and won those 2 convincingly. Barcelona didn't create that much. They created some good chances, but that was more after the time when we started chasing the game. Before that, Barcelona weren't that convincing enough, but Rafinha scored a blinder and they won the game. Fair enough. They won the game, and there's no doubt about it. And friendly Classico is a myth. Let me be honest with you.
Sure.
But the deficiencies, we did not have even a single shot on target. I think that was something disappointing. Hazard didn't show the signs that he promised us in the celebration ceremony. Militao was a bit rusty, giving some sloppy passes here and there, but all he was good. He was the culprit for our first goal, no doubt about it. Rudiger playing as a left back, that was a surprise, and I felt that somewhere down the line, I am not that convinced that Rudiger should be playing the left back.
No, he gives
I
us.
get it.
He gives us strength in the air, so we need him in the center.
We need him in the center. He can't provide what Alaba provides in the attack as a left back, for sure. He's defensively, he's more solid than Alaba. There's no doubt about it. I think his might be Carlo. Carlo said in an interview after the game that he does not want to touch the winning team. But the fact of the matter is, he needs to reshuffle those players, and he has already touched when he's benching Mondi and he's playing Rudiger. So he has already touched that. But if he'll have to reconsider, even in the beginning, Carlo was struggling in the defense. The last season I'm talking about. But eventually he understood where he wanted to play Alaba. He started Alaba as left back, but he brought him on as a centre back after first few games.
Yeah. I think he was in the left back in the Clasico as well, the League Clasico which we won.
Yeah, but there were some promising signs, especially from Tchouaméni. Chomeni was good. He looked solid, and Kamavinga, he missed, a few steps here and there, but overall he was great. Vinny, in the second half, Vinny was really good. First half he disappointed a bit, but that's fine. It's the first game of the season. We need a backup striker and we need a right winger. Same very problem we had last episode. He did not have a single shot on target.
Yeah,
Shows we are a striker. We could not hold the ball in their half. That's a fact. We missed it. So we do need a backup striker and a right wing player.
yeah. So yeah, coming to the point of that, I have seen Edin Dzeko's name linked in the last few hours, at least since the Mayoral news started coming in. I think he's a good player if you want to bring the ball down, let Vinny or Rodrigo into play on the flanks. So he can help bring that kind of the play. He can drop deep, he can knock the ball down, he can play for second balls sort of thing. Uh, and as far as Militao is concerned, I think Militao is continuing his slump in forms in the last third of the season, last season. So it's not a bit surprising there. So I think our best 11, our best defense should be Carvajal on the right, uh, uh, Rudiger and Alaba as the centre backs, and Mendy as the left back. Or you can replace Alaba with Mendy and then you can put in Militao as well. But I feel that Militao needs to take a rest, or he needs to get his position threatened in order for him to perform to his level.
I guess I won't agree with that part that we need to drop Militao, because he was brilliant in the finals and he gave his all. But I do agree with the point. Nobody in this squad is invincible apart from Karim Benzema, who has come after such a great season. So obviously he is the main man. There's no doubt about it. But rest of the people need to feel threatened for their places. Obviously, the midfield trio will be the same, but we need to give more minutes to Chouameni and Kamavinga, and I
Yeah,
feel they're ready for it. I feel they're
yeah,
ready for it. As
yeah.
for Barcelona, what were your views on Barcelona?
So it's
Because
very conflicting. I mean, at one point of time, if you just if you are living in a bubble and if you just look at the team sheets, I think Barcelona has improved tremendously. Like their attack positions are very well stacked. I think even better than us. I mean, definitely better than us at this point of time. Like they have Lewandowski, they have Rafinha, they have Memphis. They still have Memphis, right? Yeah. And
yeah, they still
they
have
have
Memphis.
they have Ansu Fati. So it's all stacked. The midfield is pretty good too. But the thing is that have they sacrificed too much in terms of their future? Because they still haven't got the financing for the stadium yet. So they've already sold the stadium rights in terms of naming. While they also are
And they
selling their
are
25% of the
and they
TV
haven't been
rights.
able to pay. And they haven't been able to pay.
Yeah, so that's the big problem. That when you are unable to pay your existing players, and they make them seem to be the bad guys in this situation, while they are just demanding the money they were promised when they signed the contract, and Barcelona offered that money willingly. So you cannot, it's like uh, having your cake and eating it too, in a way, that he can't keep signing new players while not paying your existing players. I mean, yes, there are loopholes which they are exploiting, and still they are in a hole that they got us. I think they've sold 50% of the merchandising too, right? Yeah, they have. So, and merchandising brings a lot of revenue. So they are
Brings a
gambling
lot
on
of
something, clicking like a European Super League or something. Otherwise, they are just gonna not survive in this, as a at least as a fan-owned club.
I mean, if we talk about the financial situation of Barcelona, we'll have to, record a separate episode just for
Oh,
that.
Swiss Ramble on Twitter.
How bad it is.
Yeah.
That's how bad they played and the form they showed. It wasn't that great. I mean, Javi ball, as it was predicted, when there was when suddenly there was a change in the that mentality people were talking about. But the fact is that Javi ball wasn't evident in the preseason. Maybe, and we'll have to wait for that. But I feel with Lewandowski, it's tough to do that. Lewandowski is a target man. You'll have to put in crosses for Lewandowski. Lewandowski is not somebody who'll, he's not even an Henry in that sense. He's not even an Neto in that sense.
Plus, he does not have the pace. He's like
Messi.
Yeah.
I'm not even talking about Messi. But he's not that type of. We'll see. I feel we'll see a different Barca cause even like they signed Kessie. But the fact of the matter is that Kessie is more physical midfielder. He's not that technical as most of the Barca players have been up till now. They might be changing their strategy. We are yet to find it out. But well, the future will tell what happens. But the fact is that they were better to us on that day. But I feel that we just lack match practice, and going by the defense and midfield, we are much better at it, even considering our future, and not forgetting Vallejo's improvement. I guess Vallejo hasn't been talked about, but Vallejo has really improved in the defense. In the defensive part, he's really improved, and he has stopped making those rash tackles, and the timing on that tackles has been good.
Yeah, and the other thing which is not talked about is we are doing this while the stadium is on its verge of completion in its final stages. They say by this year end, but at least by the next season starting it should be done, so which brings a lot of revenue back to the club, right? They are going to host the Super Bowl, they say. So that thing is pretty underrated. Like, people don't understand how much that stuff is important.
I mean, eventually Perez, we talked. The fact is that with Perez, one thing is guaranteed, that we might not be signing that many players that we used to be in our Galactico era or the new Galactico era. But the fact is that financially, we've always been secure under Perez.
Yeah.
And financial security is the top target for a club.
Definitely.
In the long run.
Yeah.
In the long run.
And coming on to that thing, Javi ball that you said. So for the most part of last season, anyways, they were just going direct. For the most part, they were not using midfield triangles as far as possible, and even especially when they were chasing a goal or something. So I don't think. And see, there was this article by Ed Alvarez that what mentality or what type of a beautiful game what Madrid plays. So I think there's a lot of truth to that, that our game is very fast based. That does not make it that our Madrid's game is never beautiful to watch. It's just a fast paced direct route. But it's not like when in Premier League you are Burnley or something, you're just knocking balls down to Wood or Vardy or Vidra or whoever is the target man there. Ours is direct, but we use pace, we use technical one-touch passing and all that. So, and to be honest,
I guess we also need to understand that we need to.
Yeah.
I feel we need to change with time. We no longer have Cristiano Ronaldo and Gareth Bale to run on our wings.
Yeah.
We only have Vinny Jr. who can do that, and we don't have anybody for that matter on the right wing. So you need to adapt to that. The midfield is still solid. I mean, if they are given a chance, they'll still create those many chances. There's no doubt about it. But now times have changed, teams have changed, and we need to adapt accordingly. And we have proven it. When you're winning the Champions League and La Liga, I don't think that we need to prove anything else.
No, we don't.
We had won the Copa del Rey, but let's see when the treble comes.
Copa is never gonna be the thing for us. I think the way we have a special relationship with the UCL, we have some kind of a odd relationship with the Copa. The 2200 year anniversary thing, we lost
Maybe
at their own
Yaya Toure
stadium.
maybe Yaya Toure did some voodoo, Madrid doesn't win the
Yeah, I mean, you never know.
Copa del Rey.
Yeah. At the time when he was at Barca, he could have. So, but anyways,
Not to forget, and again, and I guess Courtois did a great job again. He literally, he literally carried from the point where he left off last season. He, I mean, couple of saves that he made in the first, that too in the first game, they're outstanding saves.
yeah,
It was like he anticipated. His anticipation has actually become better. It was always very good, but it has actually become better with time. And I think
exactly.
again, Courtois is going to be one
Difficult
of
person to beat. Yeah,
the main men,
yeah,
in this season.
yeah. Both ends are pretty much secure for us.
Yeah.
So for that. So coming on to the other two games in this preseason tournament. So day after tomorrow we have, or on the 27th, for who are watching. So on the 27th we have the Club America game, and then we have the Juventus game after that. So a good chance for the players to have a run around, and adapt to the Pintus's new schedule and everything. Like, he's grilling them pretty hard from what I see on Twitter and everything. What do you
I
say?
guess we also need to try that backup right back, from Castilla. He's shown
Oh,
great promise, and I guess we need to try him in these preseason games because Carvajal, with his history of long list of injuries,
hmm,
I mean, Carvajal they showed UCL final. But the fact of the matter
yeah,
is that he's available for very few days. That is
very
it.
few.
And I don't want to see Vasquez again as a backup right back. Vasquez does a great job against mid-table teams in La Liga, but in UCL you do need good backup.
And the other danger person whose option is Odriozola. So we don't even want that in defense at least. Yeah,
But Odriozola made some good runs in the
yeah,
opposition
he's a
box.
good offensive right back, but I'm not so sure that
Offensively
he
he
would.
was good,
Yeah,
but defensively he was struggling that day too.
yeah, exactly. So that worries me, when I think about it. But it is what it is, I guess, for the most part. Because we do have limitations, and the market is pretty, inflated right now to go and buy
But
players.
I mean, sorry.
The market is pretty inflated right now to go and buy players for every position which we want and get a
True.
good deal out of
True.
it. Because there are major teams in going through a rebuild. Like Spurs are spending heavy, Chelsea are obviously on a defensive rebuild, Barcelona are even buying players. So PSG are always there or thereabouts, sniffing around. So there's one of the
PSG
transfers
are
that
there only
actually
in the transfer
surprised
market.
me, this transfer season, was Paulo Dybala to Roma. I mean, he left a serial
Ah,
winning Juventus team and went to Mourinho's team. So that was surprising.
let's
I
see
get.
what Mourinho can pull up.
I
Let's see
mean,
what Mourinho does with Dybala.
yeah. I mean, Dybala, I don't think he's performed that well since 2017. I guess was 2017. The year when we beat Juventus in the final. Like, he was good against Barcelona both legs, and then that season overall he was pretty good. But after that, I have not seen him
But
perform
yeah,
consistently.
he has been disappointing since then. He has
Yeah,
been disappointing since then.
exactly.
Plus, then the rumors of Cristiano coming back to Madrid. maybe or maybe not. And there were rumors of him joining Atletico Madrid,
Yeah.
which surprised a few people. But
I mean, he's just
Ronaldo
gonna
being
be linked with
Ronaldo, I think
every
that's
club
the
who's
time.
in the UCL, but I don't think he would have gone to Atletico anyways. Not that Atletico.
We never know. I mean, he's desperate for a move out of Man United, and understandably so. But
I
let's
feel
see.
that under Ten Hag, if he does get playing time, I think United are in a good shout to be in the UCL next year.
Yes, and Ten Hag has shown some,
Yeah,
some signs of improvement.
some signs of improvement. Plus, I don't think they have to worry about any European competitions. I mean, they are not gonna go for the Europa Conference or anything. So they're just gonna focus on the league. So 38 games, and that load is sustainable. Plus, I think this season you cannot be certain what the World Cup and the break is gonna bring.
True,
People,
true.
because those players whose teams, whose nations are not in the World Cup are gonna get an extended break. So players like Salah, they're gonna come back, very fit out of that World Cup. Time
But
spent. Yeah.
one thing is there that also sometimes leads to that break in momentum. Sometimes you're playing really well, and then that sudden break comes, and then that momentum double-edged sword.
Yeah, I think Luka Modric is still riding on that since 2018.
True. Yes. I
He's
mean,
not had a break at
Modric,
all.
whenever he takes a break, but Modric, whenever he takes a break of 2-3 games, he looks a bit rusty.
Hmm.
But when he's playing back-to-back games, he plays better.
Like I just read somewhere that he has played like 110 games in the last 2 seasons alone. So I mean unimaginable, I guess.
Speaks of his fitness. Speaks of
Yeah,
his
he
fitness certainly.
he's taken good care of himself pretty much.
Let's just change the topic. We don't want to jinx it now.
Yeah, sure. And not that nothing is gonna happen to Modric anyway. So we're gonna see him for another year.
But in the last match, the Madrid Barca game, uh, before the season began, rather the pre-season began, there were talks that if Cruz will be able to manage another season by his haters, I'm not talking about his diehard fans, those who supported him. But Cruz was really, he was passing the ball like there was never a break. He was on point.
Like both of those midfielders, they have, I think they have to be top 5 or top 7 midfielders in the history of Madrid. I mean, Modric is thought in amongst the top 3 or
Easily.
four, but even Cruz, he's the thing is he's very underrated
Even Cruz
because
would
he does
make
not,
it.
yeah, he does not shoot that often. He does not have the assists that often, but the way he controls the tempo, the possession, and so people don't realize that he's very important for how we play out of the back. He's always there or thereabouts, play as a pivot even. Like when Casemiro used to run forwards when in the Zidane system, it was Cruz who was the pivot who was bringing the ball out. So those things are always, it shows in maturity and intelligence as a player.
And I feel Cruz's shooting skills have been curtailed to an extent at Madrid. He used to
Yeah,
shoot, but we had such a team. When Cruz came, we had James, we had Cristiano, we had Karim, and we had Gareth Bale. So, and not to forget Luka Modric. So, amongst
yeah,
all of these people, they were a bit curtailed. But he has done his job perfectly. And I think that Cruz and Modric would be the part of best ever Madrid 11 any day.
yeah.
They'd make it.
I think those two and
You
Zidane up,
got to put them.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be a fun episode if you're gonna make a list, of say 11
We might
plus.
plan to do that.
say 11 plus 5.
We got to do that, and we will be doing that. But let's see. It will be a very tough choice.
Very tough. I think 11 plus 5 is a good shout. 5 subs and 11.
Choice.
So, and the thing is, the most interesting question is that where do you put Benzema in? That's the most important thing. Where the most interesting question out there.
Sorry.
So the most interesting question will be where you put Benzema in. You put him in the 11 or not. So
In the kind of goal. There are a lot of eras will be different, and the playing styles would be different. Fitness levels have certainly improved in this generation. It will be a tough choice, because if you go by the goals to game ratio, Karim Benzema is up ahead. Maybe Hugo Sanchez could be there. Even
I
Raul will
think
be lagging behind
Sanchez.
Karim
Raul
in that.
I think Sanchez
But
could be
if
there.
you go by longevity, Raul has to be there. And he has been the highest scorer of UCL for a considerable amount of time.
True.
And
when the teams were not this
he did
attacking, the
not
games
lose
were
his
not so
place,
attacking.
and he did not lose his place to prime Ronaldo or prime Michael. Michael Owen was when he came, but in Madrid he wasn't at his prime. But still, that Michael Owen was one of the best strikers of English football. So there'll be a lot of things to discuss about.
Looking forward to that episode.
Surely.
Yeah. So before we wrap up, any closing thoughts or something you're going to look forward to in the early parts of the season?
Early part of the season, I guess we'll definitely be looking forward to the game against Juventus, which is on Sunday, I guess. And then Super Cup is always an occasion, just the team as to how they are well prepared, if they are well prepared or not for the season. And once the season comes, I guess Carlo will have to reshuffle Alaba and Rudiger. I have no doubts about it. And Hazard as number 9.
Nah, I don't think that.
Hazard's best position is not number 9. I think even if they want to use Hazard, maybe as a number 10. Certainly not as a number 9. Number 10, I'm saying, because I don't see the acceleration. He can play good 1-2s. There's no doubt about it. He has a good technique. There's no doubt about it. But his acceleration, his dribbling, I mean, I have some doubts. But let's see if he gets his form back. I guess then the front three would be really it. I mean, that would be the one of the best front threes. I mean, top 3 front threes in club football.
I think
as of now.
So I think you can use a Kamavinga and Chouameni double pivot, and then play Hazard up front.
Sure, I think we should try that in one of the season games, and also we can try that in Copa del Rey.
Yeah.
And another surprising was that Carlo gave full 90 minutes to Courtois.
Yeah. But I think, he's going to rotate with Lunin. But Lunin was also good when he was called, the last part of Liga games.
Yeah, I mean, La Liga best save award actually went to Lunin.
Right.
The top 10 saves video they made. The best save was of Lunin. So
yeah, so
says a lot about him.
Yeah. Plus being a Ukrainian, it's not easy for him right now. So many things running in his mind.
Absolutely.
So yeah. And so before we wrap up, we promise you guys we're gonna be more regular. It's just I just started a new job, and so did Pinakin. So we're just gonna we are just caught in the middle of the early phases. But yeah, at least after the season ends, we are going to record once a week at least and discuss the games went and the games upcoming. So that's for sure going to be the case. But till then, just give us some time. We really loved your response to the first video, the subs, the views, everything, the comments. You guys were very lovely. Please do give your feedback in the comments. Like, we always look forward to hearing from you. And we'll see you soon. Pinakin, your thoughts.
And we are hoping you.
So yeah, we are hoping to go through 1K subs and 1K views at least. So 1,000 views is something we aim for. So thank you. Cheers, guys, and Hala Madrid.